Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kalonda Casey and I am 63 years old, and this is the final part of the makeup series for women over 60. I am so happy to be doing this tutorial because I have heard you loud and clear that you're just not comfortable putting makeup on. No one ever taught you. And I have to reiterate that makeup in your 60s is way different than it was in your 40s, 50s, and now we're into our 60s. And I am sure it will be different for us when we're in our 70s. But I'm going to keep going because I love makeup so much. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you like, and leave a comment. It means the world to me. So without further ado, let's hop into the rest of this makeup look. If you haven't watched the first and second video, the first video was on skin prep, foundation, and bronzing, and how to get your face set up for success for the day. That's the first part. The second part in the series was definitely focusing on this part of the face. So it was eyebrows, windows, mascara, under eye concealer. And everything, as you can see, looks beautiful, simple to do. And I think anybody can watch those videos over and over again to learn how to do their own makeup at home. Okay, so for blush today, I am using cream blush, and this one is by Danessa Myricks, and it is called Rose and Brunch, and I just really love this color. To me, it's a neutral color, and it looks so pretty on everyone. And I am just tapping. I just applied it in a couple spots, and I am getting a small brush, and if you are watching what I am doing, I am literally bringing this up towards the temple on my cheekbone, and I'm not bringing it in to this part of my face. Remember back in the day, we used to put our blush right here, just right here on the apple of the cheek. Back when we were younger, this was where our cheek was, and it looked so pretty. Now, if I stop smiling, this is where the blush would be, and that's not very attractive. It brings your face down, and we are trying to lift the face, so keep that in mind. I'm going to show you a little tip and trick. If you will take a clean brush, a fluffy brush like this, and you just go back over where you put that blush, it's going to help so much to kind of blend it out, to blur it out, and just leave you with a light flush of color. It's not over the top. And I think that looks so pretty. In one of my former videos, I put on the cream bronzer, but what I want to do right now is to put a little bit of powder bronzer on, and I'm using the YSL, and this one is called All Hours Hyper Bronze. And just am putting it over where I had the original bronzer. It gives a softness to the cream bronzer, kind of works as a setting powder, if you will. And if you want a little bit of bronzer across the bridge of your nose to give you a little sun-kissed glow, that's a good thing to do as well. Before we move on to the lipstick area, I want to go ahead and put my setting spray on. Do a warning shot always, so in case this is clogged up in the nozzle, that you have cleared that out before you apply it on your face. There's nothing worse than putting setting spray on and it leaves just a stream on your face. And take it and go back and forth several times. That may look excessive to you, but believe me, your makeup is going to stay in place. The heat does not help makeup in the summer. It will start to look melty, and none of us want that. Okay, setting powder. I'm going to tell you all a little secret about setting powder. I hated it up until about a year ago. I absolutely would cringe at the thought of putting setting powder on, but then I learned how to do it properly. I was always taking a big fluffy brush like this and just slathering it all over my face, and it made my face feel like the Sahara Desert. That's not the way we do it when we're at this part of our life. If you have oily skin, of course that's the way you do it, but when you have dry skin, no. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a brush like this. I love this brush because it's cream on one side and you use powders on the other side, and it's a miracle worker. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And I take the brush and the powder side, and then I start applying this where my pores are enlarged. And what is left on the brush, I take down. And then I tap it here. This smooths the skin out so beautifully. It is just so soft. Pores look smaller. Everything looks smoother. It's a miracle worker. I love this so much. I'm using the Laura Mercier Rose Blush. It's a brightening blush, and I think that that helps mature skin as well. Let's do the second side. And again, what's left over, I go onto the chin. That helps to smooth that out. And I take just a little bit and go up here. Now, at the age of 63, my pores are larger up here in this part of my forehead. So putting that powder there really does soften the look. I absolutely love it. Now, tip and trick. There's nothing really left on this. If there is, it is just a minuscule amount. I take what is possibly left over, maybe none, and I put it underneath my eyes because it just helps to keep the concealer in place. It keeps the mascara from transferring onto the face. So let me finish up my lips. I am using my favorite lip liner color. This is Whatever Walnut by Makeup Forever. It's so neutral and so pretty. As we get older, our lips want to make a downward smile, and we do not want that. So we can counterbalance that by applying our lip liner in a certain way. So instead of going straight into the corner, I'm going to start my lip liner about here. And I drew a line there. I hope you can see that. Same thing here. Now I'm going to overline a little bit right here. And I'm doing the same exact thing on the top lid. So lightly drawing that there. And now you can see that the top lip meets the bottom lip. I did not go all the way into the corner. It makes a huge difference. So now your lips are going in an upward direction, not in a downward direction. I am using one of my favorite lipsticks. It's by Merit Beauty, and the color is called Classic. It's just neutral. It's matte. Matte is important. I love a shimmery lipstick, but what normally happens is it will start bleeding into your fine lines and wrinkles, and by using a matte, you can avoid that situation from happening. But if you like that shimmer, let me show you a little tip and trick. Taking a powder highlighter, and I'm popping that right in the middle. And there's your shimmer without the gloss. It will look pretty, it will soften the lipstick, and it will not bleed into your fine lines and wrinkles. That is a win-win for mature women. Believe me, we have all seen those little old ladies, God bless them, with the red lipstick on, and it's all over the place. We do not want to be those little old ladies with that problem. Do your best friend a favor and say, let me help you fix your lipstick. With that being said, this series has come to an end. I have done my full face. I have taken my time doing it so that you could learn just a step-by-step process of makeup from a 63-year-old woman, not somebody that's 25 who really isn't understanding what we are facing on a daily basis. There is nothing against those 25-year-olds. They are creative. They are wonderful. I love what they're doing. I admire their work. But sometimes you just want somebody your own age to tell you what will help in the makeup department. So as you can see, I have taken my hair down. My makeup look is completely finished, and I think it looks so age appropriate and so in for today. And we have uplifted our face. We are looking a little bit younger. That's the goal here. And I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for enjoying this series with me. And please make sure before you go that you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video with your friends. It just helps to grow this channel of like-minded women, and we want YouTube to know that we're here. I will see you the next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.